I'm not a very smart man.
Obviously.
I've made some mistakes in my life and in my video game life. I've talked about how much I love Mass Effect. Well, there was a point in time that I wasn't a big fan of it in the very beginning. But my first playthrough, I was getting used to the characters, I was loving the story, starting to love the story. But I didn't really understand the conversation mechanic. It was a new concept to me, at least at the time. So when I had the opportunity in Mass Effect 1 to either save Kaidan or save Ashley, I made the decision based on myself telling the character, controlling the character on what to do. But instead, Shepard told the person what I told them to do. So it actually was the opposite of what I wanted. I know that sounds confusing. In a nutshell, I accidentally saved Kaidan. Now I know Ashley's kind of a racist, but I was digging her. Like, I felt like I could change her. And Kaidan, he's just this douchebag that always has a headache. It's like, ooh, I have symbiotic powers, but oh, I have a migraine. Shut the f up, Kaidan, nobody likes you. I accidentally saved him. And I'm like, no, don't Ashley die, no! And then Ashley died, and then I was like, okay, it's okay, I'll just go back and fix it. Oops, autosave already took over my last save, I'm stuck with Kaidan, and I'm like, nope. I went like all Doctor Who status and went like back in time, started the game over, continued back to that point in time just so I can save Ashley the right way. Then I understood how the dialogue worked, and I was like, oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry I let you die. Be my companion. Another Doctor Who reference. I'm on a roll here. So yeah, that was a huge mistake I made in my gaming life. Accidentally keeping Kaidan alive for longer than he should have been alive. Let's face it. Man, you're the guy that first dies in Mass Effect? Should have been Kaidan. Should have been Kaidan.
Worst gaming decisions. I don't know if you guys saw our biggest gaming achievements episode, but at one point, I defeated Emerald Weapon in Final Fantasy VII with characters that weren't at max level. I had actually just beaten Sephiroth, and the way I defeated him was Cait Sith got his limit breaker and rolled his little thing, and it came up all death, and it just instantly beat him in like turn 2. And I got all the master materia for it, and it was awesome. And then I just kind of tossed that memory card in a drawer, and I never backed it up or anything. And then one day I went to use it, and the files were corrupted, and I went to try and prove that I had defeated Emerald Weapon, and I couldn't prove it. It was a terrible feeling. Even to this day, I can't prove that it ever happened. But it did. It totally happened, and I should have backed up my memory card. I don't even know how I would do that. I don't even remember if you could do that with the old PlayStation memory cards. It's just a terrible, terrible day when I went down in my submarine, or went to go down in my submarine and check out where Emerald Weapon used to be, and I couldn't do it. Sad times.
Worst gaming decisions. I may have told this story before on Why We're Single. I don't quite remember, but once upon a time, my brother and my cousin, my brother Jonathan, my cousin Adam, they were about to beat Toe Jam and Earl, a game I actually played on my channel recently. You can go check that out if you want. But they were about to beat Toe Jam and Earl, and I don't know if you know this, but that game is extremely difficult to beat. It's really long. There's a lot of levels to get through, and they made it legit to the last level. You're on the moon. Couldn't believe it. They did it. And I don't remember what pissed me off so much. They went to go get, my mom was like, dinner's ready, and they went to go get dinner. I was sitting there stewing in my anger over whatever my brother had said to me, and I saw that shiny reset button. And the reset button was looking at me, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I'll show you. And I went and I'm not proud of myself, but I pressed it. I pressed that reset button, and it comes up on the screen, Sega, and the game had reset, which is what the reset button was designed to do. And what I didn't know at the time was I was about to receive one of the most savage beatings of my life. I was beaten quite savagely for pressing that reset button. I think he had it coming. I don't remember what he did. I just remember that I think he deserved it. But I also kind of deserved the beating that I got. So yeah, it wasn't a good decision, and one that may have scarred me emotionally from all of the punching in the face.
There's an experience in my video game history I don't really like to talk about. It was a huge mistake, and I didn't do it on purpose. In another BioWare game, in Dragon Age, you had the chance to, oh boy, here we go. You have the opportunity to romance a lot of people. Come on, Morgan. Hot. But Zevran was an assassin. Who's Zevran? What girl was that? That was the male elf. See, I play my role-playing games as a stealth guy, and if you become close enough to Zevran, you get the assassin tree branch. I really wanted that. So I was like, okay, I see you're hitting on me, Zevran. No. I just want to be good friends. And then I was like, I was being nice in dialogue, but I would always be like, no, Zevran, I don't like you like that. But you're awesome. Let's hang out some more. And then one time, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, let's hang out, Zevran. Teach me how to be an assassin. And then all of a sudden, it went into this cutscene. It was my guy and Zevran naked. And they were doing things together. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. But I really liked Morgan. And then Morgan's like, ooh, so you want to be with Zevran. Okay, I'm gonna close my little fortress of solitude and you can't really join me. And I was like, no, I'm stuck with Zevran. The worst part though, yes, it gets worse, was that me and a good friend of mine, we were having an achievement competition at the time, and he saw that I got the romance achievement, and then he's like, oh, hey, good for you, got it. Who'd you sleep with? Joshua, you slept with Zevran first? And I'm like, no, I accidentally slept with him. It was an accident.
Totally not an accident. Did it on purpose.
It brought a whole new definition to me backstabbing my enemies as an assassin.
I don't know if you guys remember a show we used to have called Boss Fight of the Week, where we would just find like an epic boss we wanted to fight and go fight him. Well, one week we wanted to do Taboo from Super Smash Bros. And the way most games work is if you want to get to a level on a certain difficulty, you have to play through the previous levels on that difficulty, which is for some reason how I assumed Smash Brothers worked. So I played through the entire game on insane or intense or whatever the f it was, something with an I mode, the hardest mode to get to Taboo on intense mode. And it took me, I was haggard, I looked kind of like I do now because I just got a new puppy and I haven't slept much, and it took me like 3 days. And finally Sohinki's like, you there? You ready to shoot Boss Fight of the Week? And I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I went through the entire game on intense mode, Super Smash Bros. And all the doors in the final maze, but I found my way there. And we're gonna beat Taboo, and then after a like 2-hour session of memorizing Taboo's stupid moves, we beat Taboo, and we didn't know about the stupid down B dodge. We finally beat Taboo, and we put up the video, and we were very proud of ourselves. And then like the first comment on there is like, you know, you can beat the game on easy and just set the last level to intense. And I was at my computer like, no, I did not know that. Thanks for telling me. No! Yeah, that was probably one of my biggest gaming mistakes.
My second biggest gaming mistake that I can think of off the top of my head is Super Meat Boy. I actually enjoy Super Meat Boy. I played through it once. The only level I've never beaten is the very last level of Cotton Alley, which is damn near impossible. One of our editors, Cliff, he's beaten everything, including like all the like special stages and stuff, because he's insane. But recently I saw it on Steam. I was like, Super Meat Boy, man, that game was fun. I should totally spend my hard-earned money on it and play it again because it was so fun. And I did. I spent 15 bucks on Super Meat Boy, and I started playing it again. And I was like, what am I doing to myself? I remembered it being fun because it was an achievement beating it. But if you're playing through that game again, you're like, why am I doing this to myself? Why? Why can't I just jump over that one spike and you hit it over and over again? What is the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I don't know why. I expect different results and I do the same shit over and over again. You always hit the same fucking meat grinder over and over, and you see the blood splattered from the time you hit there before, and you're like, oh yeah, duh, don't jump at the same time. And you jump at the same time 20 times in a row before you finally like, all right, I'm gonna try different timing. And then you hit a different spike, and then you do it all over again. And then you try that 20 times. And then it slowly drives you insane, and you wonder, why? Why did I spend my money on this? Perhaps my anger issues over Super Meat Boy might be a reason why I'm single. All right, so today we're talking about the most disgusting characters in video games, and I think right off the top of my head, I gotta go with Clickers. Clickers from The Last of Us.